Okay, on.
Okay, this is a science experiment we're going to do. We're going to be lighting a light bulb. We're going to try various scenarios in lighting the bulb and seeing what works to light it, what doesn't. Now, I've taken the liberty of taping these wires to the battery for now because I just don't have enough hands to do this all. So we got the red tape to the positive on the battery, the black tape to the negative. For you to have an electrical current flow in a circuit, you need three things. You need a power source, which is our battery. You need a load, which is our light bulb. Our light bulb is going to be our load. And we need a complete path, which would be the wiring and actually through the bulb to the negative terminal. And actually the way current flows is electrons flow from negative to positive. So it will flow from the negative of the battery through the wire into the bulb, out of the bulb into the positive, and back over to the positive. That's the general way that, that current flows. So that's what we have. Now we have various scenarios that we are asked to try out to see if this works or not. We have A, B, C, D, E, F. And this is actual experiments. It's actually from a test that was given at a school district, and we're going to prove out the answers on this test. So we're going to go with number A first. Now number A illustrates we have the battery. There's the negative, the bottom of the battery, the top, the button that's a positive. Now what you see is it's going through the wire and it's going to the bottom of the bulb. The bulb has two terminals. This barrel, this shell, is one terminal. Down the bottom here, this tip is the second terminal. Now what this illustrates right here is you see the wire is going into the tip on one side and out of the tip on the other. That's only going to go through the tip out. It's not going to power the bulb, which we will show. And the reason it won't do it is because we're not involving the second terminal on the bulb. It can't go through the filament if it doesn't have a path to go through to the filament. So let us put this here, and what I'm going to do is very carefully, and I can't do it long because this will be a short circuit. I'm going to put the two wires on this. I got one wire on there. In fact, let me turn this so you can see it better. It's going to be difficult.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect? Okay. I'm just going to put these two here. There's one on one side. A little bit. Okay. One on one side, one on the other, and I get nothing. See? I'm touching it on the other side. I get absolutely nothing. It's exactly as it is in this picture. Exactly as it is. See? On the bottom button of the bulb. The bulb does not light. Maybe I can even better illustrate that if I just take it and put these close together and put the button on the two of them, just so we know. Okay, and again, I don't want to do this too long because that's a short circuit and it will drain the life right out of the battery. That's illustration A. So illustration A is a big fat no. And I'll even mark that here from our experiment. N-O. No. Illustration B. Now we have, it's coming from the positive button of the battery to the barrel of the bulb. The barrel of the bulb, which is right here. See the barrel of the bulb. And the bulb is seated on the outside of the battery. Now, I can tell you from the beginning, it won't do that because, see, there's a label on the battery, and that doesn't work. And all batteries have labels. I don't think that it's specifying in this test that there's some kind of special battery that doesn't have a label on it or something like that. So we go to the body of the battery. Okay, it's not lighting. See, let me rub it some. It's not lighting. Positive terminal, body of the battery, it's not lighting. So we can take this illustration and say, no, it won't work. And it won't work because there's not a complete path. There's nothing taking this to the negative terminal on the battery. So this is another no. No. And again, we're marking this as a result of our experiments. Now we have example C. Example C, you have the positive of the battery hooked to the barrel. You have the negative of the battery hooked to the other side of the barrel. So, again, there's the bulb. There's the barrel of the bulb. Again, the bulb is wired, so this is hooked to one side of the filament. This is hooked to the other side. All the current's going to do is flow through this barrel, and it's going to be, in effect, another short circuit. And I can actually show this much easier now. There's the negative to the barrel on one side. We'll put the positive to the barrel on the other side.
And
voila! Short circuit.
And
okay.
no light.
No light. So, we can call this one another great big no. Next experiment, number D, is it's showing negative coming from the wire to the bottom of the bulb, and the barrel of the bulb done to the positive on the battery. We can very easily illustrate that. I've just got to peel back my tape. There we go. Peel back the tape for now. There's the bulb. There's the tip of the bulb. There's the barrel of the bulb. We're going to do as is in this illustration. We're going to hook the negative, the bottom of the battery, to the tip of the bulb, and then put the barrel of the bulb on there. So I'm going to hold the barrel of the bulb right on here. I'm going to touch this to the tip of the light bulb. It lights. Let me do that again. It lights. Just for the sake of illustration, let's do it a third time. It lights. So this one here works. It has a complete path. Up negative to the tip of the bulb, through the filament, and out the barrel into the positive. This one works, yes. Illustration E. We have to put our wire back on the positive of the battery to do this one. So, let me just verify and make sure that I have a good connection. I have a voltmeter right here, and I'm going to check the voltage, positive, negative, and make sure that we are getting the right voltage, because I want to make sure I hook that up so it's a good connection. And let's see. Come on, is that a good connection? Well, we can fix that easily. I just pop this off again and make sure we're making good contact, because we will get no results if we don't have good contact. Positive, negative. Okay, 1.568 volts off of that battery. That's good. That's a good battery. What is our illustration asking us to do? They're asking us to hook the negative to the tip of the bulb. They're asking us to hook the positive to the barrel of the bulb. Let's see what happens. Tip to the negative of the bulb. Negative to negative to the tip of the bulb, and now positive to the barrel. And let's go here. Light lights. We have a light. And I hope you can see that this is exactly what we're doing. We have light, we have bright light. We can mark this one yes, the bulb will light. Finally, our last example. And on our last example, I'll even take this negative wire off. It's not required. As you can see, all that's required is the battery with one wire hooked to the tip of the bulb. Now, I can tell you right now, it will not light because there is not a complete path. So, touch it here. It does not light. It is not lighting at all whatsoever. Not a glimmer. Okay, so this one is a no. Let's compare that to a test that was administered in school. Students said...
Let me move this a little bit. Okay. Students
said on A, what did students say? No, it won't light. What did our results say? We agree. No, it won't light. It won't. We tried it. It doesn't work. It's a short circuit. Student agreed, said no, got marked wrong. Number B, student said no, it won't light, and we agree with that. Our results agree with that. Student did not get marked wrong. However, example C, Here we have another short circuit. We're going to the barrel of the bulb instead of to the bottom, which would have given us a complete circuit. Otherwise, we have a short circuit. We said no, it won't light, and indeed it didn't. Student said no, it won't light, and he got marked wrong. Example D. We said yes, it will light. Well, there's a complete path, a complete circuit. Negative.
Move the student's paper. There we go.
Negative. We have a connection from the wire to the button on the bulb, and then we have the barrel of the bulb hooked to the positive. We said yes, it will light. Student said yes, it will light. And indeed it did light when we tried it in our video. Got marked wrong. The next one, example E. We tried it. We said it would light, and indeed it did. Student said yes, it would light, and he did get that marked correctly. Finally, example F. Not a complete path, not a complete circuit there. We said no, and we proved it by experimentation. Student said no and got it marked right. However, this student's paper agrees with the results, and he got 3 marked wrong. That's a 50% grade. I don't know where anybody's coming from on this. Unfortunately, the teacher's answer key is wrong. I can't explain that. All I can do is tell you the facts. It's wrong. We proved it through our experimentation. Rewind this video and go through it again as many times as you want. But this is the way it is. And I do electronics for a living. And I could tell just by looking at these diagrams that the kid got all of the answers right. Thank you.
How do you turn it off? Just press the button.